What's up out there? We are back with another entry into my indie news series. Today's September 27th, 2025, and it is almost October. That means Halloween horror movies for me, and that also means in-game events for a lot of different games. And we're going to start off talking about War of Rights. I don't know if this is the first time that they've done this or not, but this is a Civil War-based game, themed game where you basically sit two different sides, one side, the north and the south, and you basically just fire muskets into each other. I played this a few years ago. It's kind of a funny game. You get people that lead you around, and then you just have to load your gun slowly and then point it at somebody or point it across the aisle and shoot at them and everything. And of course you die, and then you got to run back to the fight and all that. And it's kind of interesting the way it's done, but they're actually doing a zombie event that starts on October 3rd. I think I'm going to put this on my calendar and do everything I can to try this out and see how it goes. I haven't played this game in years, but it says get ready to fight back the hordes of the undead in this 150 plus player wave survival mode, featuring all new constructible defenses, player abilities, achievements, and more as the unnatural plague spreads throughout Maryland during the event. This sounds awesome. I'm a sucker for Halloween events in games, so I'm going to try this one out. I just have to try it. If you are interested in Diablo IV, Season 10 is out now. They are not calling these Chaos Powers, although I did see them reference that in some video I watched, a trailer or an interview or something. I can't remember what it was, campfire chat, I don't remember. But they are no longer calling them powers. I guess 9 seasons of calling things powers is over. They are now perks. So if you are interested in playing Diablo 4, Season 10 is out, and you don't have to worry about powers anymore. It's the same thing, it's just called perks. The open world survival crafting base building game Subsistence, where you hang out up in a Canadian forest and fight off bears and wolves and things like that, try to survive winter, and eventually run into hunters, has another alpha update. They're up to alpha 66. This game has had steady releases since I picked it up. The developer's really good on this game, and they consistently have something new to add to the game. I've enjoyed what I've played of it. It's a game that I always keep wanting to go back and play more of. But this alpha is added. There's a big, long bunch of patch notes. I didn't really dive into the whole thing, but the two biggest things that stood out to me, it seems like the biggest focus on this was revamping the hunter AI so that they strafe around a little bit more, maybe don't run off, maybe don't just stand there and shoot at you. Like, they've got a little bit more AI to their AI. And then they've added a gore system, which I love gory games, so it's cool to see that they've added that. But Subsistence is out with another alpha, and I'd recommend this game. If you're into base building and crafting and things like that, this is a very cool game. And then Soulstone Survivors has another update. It feels like they just had one with the 1.2 patch not very long ago. They've now added the 1.3 patch, which adds new legendary weapons, I think they said, a new map, and a new Titan to go fight up against. The Nuclear Winter Survivor Simulator Mr. Prepper has a new DLC called the Uranium Project, and I didn't realize they had DLC at all. I caught this one on my Steam news the other day, so they've got a new piece of DLC for this. They've also got one called Animal Farm. I picked this up in early access, and I remember when it came into full release of 1.0. I love this style of game. You look at something like this or Barrow Trauma, where they've got that side cutaway view, or like a Wes Anderson film. I love his movies, the way he's got the cutaways and everything. And that comes from when I was a kid. I had this book that had like cutaways of buildings and ships and things like that. I love the aesthetic based on that book, and this is no exception. So there's a couple of DLCs out for it now. It's another one on my Steam list I should really get to spend time with. I like what I've seen on this so far. It is a little weird controlling it, moving side to side, but it's got a lot of things going for it. Every once in a while, you'll have you build your base, and every once in a while, you'll have somebody knocking on your door trying to inspect and make sure you're not doing something you shouldn't and things like that. So there's a lot of different things to manage with it. But this is Mr. Prepper with a couple of DLCs, and it looks like the entire thing is on sale, the base game and the DLCs, if you're so interested. Lords and Legions has released into early access on September 23rd, 2025. The developer for this actually reached out and asked if I was interested in checking out their demo that they had, but between the time I got the email and actually went to go try it out, I think I got it on like a Wednesday or Thursday, and then by the time I got around to trying the demo out on like Saturday or Sunday, the demo was already gone, so I missed my opportunity to try it. But this is a new action hack and slash, whatever you want to call this, action roguelike hack and slash game. Looks kind of interesting. Big epic battles is what they're calling this. So it looks almost like an RTS kind of thing, but we're more well, third person, I guess, not really first person, but like you can set up these big battles and do all this kind of stuff. Looks really cool, so I'm passing the word along. This is on sale for $15.19 until October 7th, and it's US prices, by the way. This is in early access, and I may reach out to them and ask for a Steam key. I haven't quite decided yet, but the game does look interesting. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, this is Lords and Legions. It is new into early access, and it is currently on sale. The bloody boomer shooter Hyperviolent is now out of early access and into full release. This came out on September 23rd. I put a little bit of time into it before the early access period just to check it out. This is a mixture of something like System Shock and Doom, a little bit of Half-Life in there. I dug what I played. I wanted to come back after this game released, and I just haven't quite gotten to it yet. But this game is out into full release. Bloodthief is now released. This is a game that I followed on YouTube. The developer for this was doing some devlogs, and it was kind of an interesting thing to follow. I don't particularly care for this style of game. This is one of those runner style games where you've got to do a lot of different movement and bouncing off walls and things like that. It looks awesome. It was really cool to follow the guy's journey through developing it and everything, but it's just not quite a game for me. But I did want to mention it. It does look really cool. If you're into this kind of thing, it seems like it's really well made, and it's got a lot of really cool concepts to it. It's just not something that I'm necessarily into. I'm more of your Doom style game rather than something like this, but figured I would pass this along. This came out on September 22nd, and it is currently on sale for $17.99 US. The biggest news for this week actually probably is Hades 2. This one missed my radar. I saw some people talking about it. I'm like, why are people talking about Hades 2? I thought maybe it was like their 1 year anniversary or something. I didn't realize they'd actually released out of early access. So I picked up the original Hades a while back. I played it. I am not the biggest rogue style game. I've mentioned that in any video that I talk about a rogue style game. I play it for a little while until I get sick of it, and then I just get bored with it and stop playing it. So when they released Hades 2 into early access, I saw it and I briefly thought about it, but I was like, well, if I haven't finished the original Hades, there's no point in buying the second one. So this one is out of early access now. This released on September 25th, and it is not on sale, but it's $29.99 if you're interested in it. I've heard good things about it, and the original Hades was definitely a good game, so I anticipate this would also be as good as the first. If you're in the mood for something a little bit different, this is Baby Steps. This is developed, it looks like one of the developers is Bennett Foddy, which I didn't realize until I just sat down to record this. I kind of followed this game on my wish list for a little while. I don't know if I'm entirely sure I want to pick it up or not, but this is in the same veins as Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, a difficult game about climbing, Rage Quit, or Alt F4, something like that, where it's just yeah, if you know this kind of game. I watched a little bit of a streamer play it the other day. I'm not sure that I want to pick this up exactly because I've got these other ones that I could go play and be frustrated with just as easily. But this looks really cool. It is currently on sale for $17.99 until October 7th, and it looks like it's just something a little bit different. It's a walking simulator, but I'm sure it's going to get frustrating as you dig into it. But it does look pretty cool, and it does look pretty interesting. And then to close out the new releases, we have Crop Empire. This released on September 25th, 2025. This is an idler clicker style game. The developer reached out and provided me with a Steam key for it. I will probably be doing a video for this one. I need to spend some time with it first. What I've played so far, I've liked. I think it's really cool, but I've barely spent any time with it, just long enough to get a couple of things planted, just to get a general vibe for the game and see how it felt. Seems really cool. I need to spend more time with it, but this one is out and new if you're interested in a new idle clicker game. Moving over into the coming soon section, we've got Lightem. This is a clicker idler style game coming out on September 28th. The developer reached out to me months ago and provided me with a Steam key. I've got a video up on the channel if you're interested in seeing what the game looked like back then. I need to revisit it once it comes out and see how it goes. I liked what I played. The concept is you put stars down and you organize those stars into constellations. You will build up some points eventually where you can ascend. And then as you ascend, you get access to a passive tree and you can make, just keep going on your playthroughs with more and more ascensions. I'm curious to see where this one went. It was really cool what I played, very unique for the clicker idler style game. It seems like people always come up with a new way of approaching clicker style games and coming up with some new concept for it. I liked it. It's coming out soon on September 28th. So if you're interested, wishlist it and pick it up when it comes out. On September 30th, we have another Vampire Survivor style game called Soulfall. This looks similar to Soulstone Survivors and some of the other games we've looked at in this style of game, but it looks a little interesting, a little bit different, maybe a little bit more Halls of Torment-ish kind of thing, but it says it's ARPG inspired. Looks different, looks unique, and I'm very interested in checking this out for myself. Up next is the obligatory reminder that Kingmakers is coming out on October 8th. They still haven't changed the date for this. I'm very much excited for it. I really want to burn down a medieval village with an Apache helicopter. Valor Mortis is a Soul-style game that got announced during Gamescom, I think it was. It's got a release date somewhere in 2026. There's no more information for that. I think I've mentioned it in one of these news videos at some point. I said it looked really cool and I was interested in it, but then that's kind of the end of what we got. I did see a thing in my news feed while I was prepping for this video and getting ready for it. They do have a playtest that's coming up. If you go to, there's details on the Steam page where you can go sign up for starting on October 6th. You got to go to their website or something like that. If you requested access through their Steam page, you get access to this playtest on October 8th. And this whole playthrough or this playtest ends on October 13th. So if you're interested in checking this game out, just a FYI, there is a playtest coming up. So hopefully that if they have a playtest now, hopefully that means that they're going to be like an early 2026 release or something. I have to imagine if they're doing a playtest, they're not too far out from a release. But this game looks really cool. I know we're like buried in Souls-like games anymore, but this one looks really cool. At least the graphics and the videos that we see so far. It'd be interesting to check the playtest out. On October 21st, we are getting Painkiller. This is either a reboot or a remake or a new entry into the Painkiller series. I'm not sure what it is. We haven't had one in a long time. I've only ever played the first one for a brief moment. It's kind of a mixture of Doom and Serious Sam in some regards. It looks like this is maybe a more modern version of that, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how I feel about this because it seemed like this series was kind of dead in the water and all of a sudden there's a game for it. So it looks interesting. It looks cool. And I don't know. Well, remains to be seen what this one comes out. But this is Painkiller coming out on October 21st. On October 23rd, we are getting the full 1.0 release of Farthest Frontier. This is being developed by Grim Dawn developers Crate Entertainment. So hopefully once this comes out or once it's fully releases, they're going to get us our Fangs of Astrakarn DLC. I think they pushed it to next year anyway, but hopefully we get that early next year because I'm really excited for it. But this is coming out of early access. Seems like a really cool game. It's like a medieval Sim City kind of thing, but this is coming out of early access into full release on October 23rd. The extraction shooter Arc Raiders is coming out on October 30th. It's a little bit too close to the Escape from Tarkov full release for my taste, so I probably won't be taking part in this. I've heard good things. I haven't really watched anything about it. I've watched more about Active Matter, which looks kind of cool too, but Arc Raiders is coming out. I've heard really good things. This comes out on October 30th, if that's your jam. Also on October 30th is the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I saw this thing. I want to pick this up so badly, but I know how this goes for me. I'll play it for a brief moment and then I just don't play them anymore. I love the Mortal Kombat series growing up, and you get a lot of games with this one. From what I can tell, you get Mortal Kombat 1. I think it's the arcade version. I'm probably guessing it's the arcade version of all these, but you get Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat Advanced, and Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. So there's a lot packed into this thing. It's $45 if you pre-order it. It's $50 if you wait until whenever it looks like the sale ends when it releases. But love the Mortal Kombat games. If I had a fighting stick, I'd probably pick this up. But the games just kind of sit. So I don't know if I want to pick it up or not, but I love these games and it would be cool to have them all in one giant collection, especially. So I'm undecided on this one, but if you're interested, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is coming out on October 30th. And then the final new release we're going to take a look at is another game that's coming out on October 30th. This is Vanguard Galaxy. It is some kind of space idler style game. There's a demo up if you're interested in checking it out. I have not looked at it yet. I've just been looking at what the video has. It looks cool. I'm probably just going to wait and pick it up whenever it comes out. And it is coming out into early access on October 30th. The final bit of news that I thought I'd pass along is Code Vein 2 got announced the other day with a release date of January 29, 2026. I own the original Code Vein. It's something I've really wanted to play through for a while. It's an anime Souls style game or something like that. I don't really know. I got it kind of cheap at some point. Looked really cool. I thought it was a one and done, but then the other day they came up and said Code Vein 2's out. So hopefully maybe that'll spur me along and get it to play through. But we've got so many games coming out in October, November, and maybe even December with Escape from Tarkov going into 1.0. I'll probably be playing that for a long time. We've got Battlefield coming up. There's so many other things, like a lot of the other stuff that I've mentioned earlier. There's just so much to check out. I should really try to get Code Vein in there somewhere and play it and get ready for this one, because I did think that looked really cool, and this also looks very awesome as well. But if you didn't see it, Code Vein 2 was announced, and it looks like it's coming out on January 29th, 2026, unless there are any delays. But that is going to do it for this week's news. It's been a lot. There's a lot of things going on, but that's going to do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.